Anyway, so the first lesson, which is pretty much the first lesson in any motorcycle instruction, is clutch control. I've done a video on this myself, so I'm going to go ahead and do another one. Why not? So the way I understand it, and the way I describe it, oftentimes, you have the friction plates over here. People say, well, it disengages the power to the rear wheel, which that is what happens. Now, the way that works is that you have the friction pads pushing as hard as they can. And then when you pull this lever, it relieves the pressure between the friction pads. So what happens is that you're able to slow the transmission down. So if you pull the clutch all the way in, there's not enough pressure to get the transmission to really be moving. And then as you let the clutch out, the transmission will build up speed, so you can control the speed of your bike with the clutch, and that's the way I describe. And that's the first lesson they talk about in just about any motorcycle instruction. So we'll go ahead and go over that. Pull the clutch, put in gear, and we are going into the friction zone. So all the way into gear. And like I said, I've already done a video about this already. I pick my feet up as soon as I can, put them on the pegs behind the brake. Actually, go ahead and cover the rear brake, and it's there just in case you want to use it. Now, otherwise, I'm making really small movements. I'm watching out for this car right here. No, he's not going that way. Okay, so I'm making very small movements, and as I barely move this clutch, you can see I'm going at 5 miles an hour. I'm going to see if I can stay at 5 miles an hour. I'm watching out for cross traffic, of course. And I'm staying pretty steady at 5 miles an hour. If I want this motorcycle to speed up without the throttle, it's idling right now. All I have to do is relieve a little bit more pressure. That adds pressure to the friction plates. Now it's recommended, let's see if I can go a little bit slower this time. So I'm going to go into the friction zone, no throttle. And you can have your hand on both grips if you want. You probably should, if you're a beginner anyway. So I'm going along at 5. I'm going to pull the clutch in. That will slow the transmission down. And now I'm going about 3. Starting to get a little bit wobbly. Let's see if I can stay steady at 3 miles an hour. And see how slow you can go before it destabilizes. And if it does destabilize, so the best thing to do if it actually does start destabilizing, add some throttle, and then you can just let it down a little bit. But they recommend going at about a walking pace. I'm going a little bit uphill, so I have to add. It's easier to feel than it is to describe, but I'm adding just a little bit of clutch. And like I said, I've done a very similar, virtually the same video before. So once you get the feel for that, if you can stay steady at about 5 miles an hour, and then maybe go another time, you do it for a little while, and then pull that clutch in just a little bit, and now I'm going at 4, and now I'm going at 3. Maybe use both hands, it helps stabilize you. And I'm just moving the clutch ever so slightly. And I started to destabilize, so I had to let the clutch out just a little bit. You can let the clutch out all the way, and then it's just idling. Alright. But that's what they recommend. They recommend you just doing this for a little while. And then maybe your second or third time around, go ahead and turn around. Always be vigilant and watch out for traffic. I'm going to go ahead and stop right here. Let this guy go. Rear brake, and I'm ready to So that's what you want to do, just a little bit of throttle. And you're controlling the speed of your transmission. Very small movements with your clutch, and see if you can stay around walking speed. So anyway, this is a practical reason why you want to have good clutch control. A little bit of rear brake, because I'm not going really fast at all. A little bit of throttle, a little bit of rear brake, maybe clutch control, ease it. And you know, you got people just passing in front of you. So there's the practical application of what I just showed you. Hey y'all, do me a favor. Please click like and subscribe. It helps me big time in the algorithm. And click the bell icon so you know when new videos drop. And go ahead and check out the video on screen. You know you want to.